Hello and welcome to our Great British Friends Sightings from September 2021. September heralds autumn with more chance of storms restricting opportunities to spot whales and dolphins. On the whole, however, this month was reasonably settled, relatively warm, but with outbreaks of rain. There was a marked change on the 27th, bringing unsettled weather, windier and cooler for the last few days of the month. Harbour porpoises were reported from all around the British Isles, although most sightings were of small groups of less than 10 animals. Some large aggregations were seen in a few places, such as 30 at Foy, and a similar number south of Looe in South Cornwall, 15 at Berryhead in South Devon, 24 at Port Linus, North Anglesey, and 24 northwest of Pole, Damhain, Applecross in Wester Ross. Bottlenose dolphins were seen in several of their regular haunts, Cardigan Bay in West Wales and the Moray Firth in north-east Scotland, although there were several sightings further north in the Irish Sea, around the Isle of Man, and from the south-east coast of Scotland, south to Yorkshire. Off the west coast of Scotland, the species was seen off the coast of Argyll, including the Isle of Arran, as well as off the North Antrim coast in Northern Ireland. Further south, up to 15 were seen in Hampshire and Freshwater Bay, Isle of Wight, and off Portsmouth, whilst small groups were seen in the Channel Islands in Jersey and west of Alderney. Most groups were small, numbering 10 or less, but along the east coast of Northumberland, Tyne and Wear and Yorkshire, groups of up to 60 animals were reported. Elsewhere, groups of 10 to 20 were seen in southwest Scotland and Northern Ireland. September is usually a good month to see common dolphins, and this year was no exception. There were very many sightings off the west coast of Scotland, particularly in the Minches and Sea of Hebrides. A few scattered records in the Irish Sea, and then another concentration of sightings in southwest England, particularly South Cornwall and Devon. Most groups are of less than 25 individuals, but sometimes larger numbers were seen. 100 were estimated in a group off the Isle of Mull, 60 off Berryhead in South Devon, and 30 to 40 at the entrance to Gairloch, Wester Ross, east of Skye, and at various localities in the Sea of Hebrides, as well as Mounts Bay, West Cornwall. Most reports of Risso's dolphins in September came from the Irish Sea, with regular sightings of between 5 and 20 individuals in Bardsey Sound off the Llyn Peninsula in North Anglesey, particularly between Bull Bay and Point Linus, around the south of the Isle of Man and off Strumble Head in North Pembrokeshire. Elsewhere, small groups were reported off Polzeth in North Cornwall, in Loch Ewe on the Highland coast of West Scotland, and at Libster in East Caithness, whilst a pod of 15 was counted in the Pentland Firth. These are all localities where Risso's dolphins have been seen regularly in the late summer in the past. As usual, there were no sightings reported in the North Sea, south of the Moray Firth, or in the eastern sector of the English Channel. Rather surprisingly, there were no reports received of white-beaked dolphins or Atlantic white-sided dolphins, although both were usually seen in the northern North Sea in September. A pod of 30 long-finned pilot whales was recorded in the western English Channel, south of Looe, South Cornwall, and another of 50 from the Cormorant Alpha oil rig, northeast of Shetland. Pilot whales generally travel in large pods, although usually along the shelf edge. There were just 2 sighting reports of killer whale or orca, both from the Northern Isles of Scotland, one of a pod of 3 off the island of Yell in Shetland, and the second of 5 off Westray in Orkney. The commonest and most widely distributed baleen whale, as usual, has been the minke whale, with sightings mainly from the Minches and Sea of Hebrides in West Scotland, in the Moray Firth, off Yorkshire, west of Cornwall, and south of the Isle of Man. Most sightings were of single or 2 individuals, but 4 were counted off Marine Drive in the Isle of Man and 6 in Runswick Bay in North Yorkshire. The only other baleen whale reported during September was a humpback whale seen from the Solonian, 2 to 3 miles off the Seven Stones lightship in West Cornwall on the 3rd of September. As occurred during August, sunfish were spotted off southwest England in Falmouth Bay and off Downderry in South Cornwall. Records for the month are still coming in, but so far September has produced at least 506 sightings of 8 species. Roll on October! Thanks for watching, and if you want to support our work, please visit www.seawatchfoundation.org.uk and become a member of our new scheme, or visit www.adoptadolphin.org.uk, and why not adopt a dolphin for one of the dolphin-mad young members in your family? Thanks. See you soon.